Makes me mad. It's waiting in line at the checkout counter. You want to go home, you've got all these... Something I find really frustrating is the bureaucracy that you get from places like the unemployment insurance.
What gets my goat is that when I order a draft beer at a bar and they give me the last...
What drives me crazy is the job situation in this province. I mean, it's absolutely...
It's silly the way they repeat television shows. I've seen it.
You know what really bothers me is when I get on the bus, you know, and all I can
What really bothers me is people don't show up when they tell them they're going to. They be there, but they're not.
My biggest complaint is when no other member of the family are really fried.
Good evening. This is Complaint Department. My name is Jerry Eberts.
And I'm Deb Marsh.
And our phone number here is 734-4611. You can call us with just about anything you'd like to say, silly, serious, anything you'd like. We'd like to limit to 0 the number of calls we get that are racist or have an anti-ethnic tinge to them or contain any obscenities.
Any kind of gripe will do, any complaints. They can be bizarre, serious, or downright silly. When you do call, we will be taking your name and phone number, however, so that if it's a real good complaint, we just might come to your house and do a special video segment for our next show. Enough said. What are we going to do now? Go to the roving reporter. What's his name?
Our man in the street, Terry Weaver.
Terry Weaver.
Hi, good evening. Terry Weaver here. We're out here in the back lot of the 1818 Cornwall studio at Rogers, and we're out here in this nice cool weather. I'd like to see you come on down here. We're live. No kidding, we're live. Come on down, give us a complaint or two, and we'd like to hear your beef, whatever. Back lot, 1818 Cornwall. I'll be standing here all alone. Thank you.
You're on.
Hi.
We're back.
We're back again. Thank you, Terry.
So do you have your calls coming in? Are you calling us? The number again is 734-4611, and if you look on the screen, it's right there.
And right now we're going to take a look at what some people were complaining about in the streets of Vancouver recently. I think it was a very nice day when they went out. Let's see what they came up with. Just about any time now.
Hi, we're on Robson Street and we've set up our complaint department here. And we're going to ask people exactly what their complaints are. Do you have any complaints for today?
Not a thing. The weather's great. Everything's beautiful.
Thank you. Do you have any complaints?
No, not today. Great weather.
Do you have any complaints for today?
Not at all. It's a great day.
Don't want to complain about anything? No, this is a wonderful day. I think we're having an awesome Indian summer, and positive.
It's not a complaint-worthy day. Yeah, I got lots of complaints for today.
Give me one.
How's it going? Well, let's see. Actually, I can't think of any right now, so I guess I don't have any. How's that?
Thank you. Sir, do you have any complaints?
For what?
I don't know. Why should I complain? It's such a nice day and life is great. It's your personal view of life. You have to find happiness in yourself as a person. I can make you happy unless you're happy yourself.
No, nothing. Everything is fun.
I can't. If I pay you dollars, you complain.
No, traffic, I guess.
That's not good enough. Excuse me. Do you have any complaints you want to share with Vancouver?
No.
No. Why should I?
No, not really.
None.
No, I love it here.
Actually, you caught me on a good day. That one.
Nothing.
No, I don't actually.
No, I don't think so. Not at the moment, no. I don't know.
Complaint. Yeah, I do. Our premier, privatization. My God, this guy must be on glue. I didn't vote for him, that's for sure. What else? The government, just the government. Do you have any complaints about the government?
I love my government.
No, you don't. Did you actually vote for that?
I don't think anyone did. It's a miracle.
Well, it was like seeing the newspaper and seeing Lillian Van der Zem with her huge headband wrapped around some mill. This woman ought to be voted for the Pulitzer Prize, you know. The woman is a surprise. I have complaints.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
And we're back. I think we're ready to take our first call, aren't we?
Take our first call. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening. You're on complaint department.
Hi, but I don't have a complaint. I have a good point. Is that all right?
That's fine.
The fireman's calendar.
Yeah?
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Have you?
The fireman's calendar?
What's it about, ma'am?
It's all the firemen have put out a calendar to raise money for the burn unit.
Oh, that's great.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
No.
What's on it? Is it just sort of things that are happening around the city, or?
Oh, it's 12 scantily clad firemen.
Geez, I'll have to have a look at that. That sounds pretty good.
The only complaint I have about it is they don't have their phone numbers. That's my own.
Oh. Are they charging for this, or?
Yeah, it ranges
money.
from $6 to $7 for the calendar, but all proceeds go to Vancouver General Hospital Burn Unit.
Sounds like a worthwhile cause.
Yeah, buy one. You won't regret it.
I'll certainly look for it. Thank you for calling.
Okay, bye.
Hi, you're on.
Complaint department.
Hi, my complaint is that no matter how, you know, the walk sign, you know, the signal for a walk, right, at a crosswalk, well, no matter how, you know, it changes to walk, no matter how fast you run, even if you're an Olympic runner, you can't make it before the orange hand goes up. And, you know, old men are walking across the street and old ladies in station wagons are running them over, you know?
Yeah, that's a point well taken. No, really, lots of times I've noticed that, you know, you have older people walking across the street and it changes before.
Oh, yeah, it's dangerous, really.
Yeah.
Well, the point, though, is it's just a guide. I mean,
Yeah.
you're allowed to start walking across the street in the time that the white hand is up, you know, or the white walking man is up, and then you're not supposed to walk out in the street if it's flashing for you. So, and it's just a guideline.
Well, and I think maybe drivers should, you know, I don't think the driving lights turn green, you know. I think there's still enough time for somebody to get across the street even after it turns red.
Well, not really.
No? Well, maybe you should write city council or something like that.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Anybody else out there who's concerned about that?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling. So, looks like nobody's calling. Come on, call us. The number is...
Why don't we check in with our man in the street,
Sure.
Terry Weaver, and see
and
what...
while you're calling us, we'll see what he's up to.
doing.
Yeah.
Please phone.
Hi, Terry Weaver here, and we're out at the back lot of 1818 Cornwall, Rogers Studio. Yeah, I'm on the street live, no kidding. Really, I'm out here cold. Now, really, if you want to come out and give me your gripe, complaint, bitch, whatever, I'm here. We'll take it, put it live on air. Come on, you know, I had some free coffee. You know, come on down. I'm ready and willing.
And we're back
Jeez,
yet
that was
again.
quick.
Indeed.
Looks like, do we have a call?
On line 1.
Line 1?
I think so.
Line
Do
one?
we? Do we?
Do we have a call? We'll give it a try.
Yes. Good evening.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yes, you do have a call. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise,
Good.
surprise.
Well, I want to complain, one, about people who decide to left turn. They go down about 6 miles of road, but they don't put on their signal until they're about 3 feet in the intersection.
Yes, I don't like that either. You have to slam on your brakes.
Somebody severely has to talk to these people and show them the ways of the world.
I think so. I think so too. Thanks for calling.
I have one more.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I do. May I?
Shoot.
Okay, what the heck? Is when you're going into the Stanley Park Causeway and you want to get in the park, but all those trying to cross the Lionsgate Bridge decide to back up the far right-hand lane, and you can't get into the park, and you wait for 10 minutes for everybody to get across the bridge. So, to all of those of you who try and beat the traffic, stop it today.
That's a good one. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Looks like we have another call. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yes, I'd like to make a complaint about noise in apartment buildings. Like when a few of our friends get together in the building, the walls are so thin that it's inevitable that you're going to be making noise.
Yeah, like you're talking about people who party or just regular noise?
Just have a little get-together. The music's low. Walls are so thin that...
Yeah, so people should be more considerate, and maybe they should build the walls a little bit thicker in apartment buildings. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I think, yeah.
Are you talking specifically about complaints made against you, or are you having to put up with other people's noise?
Vice versa, yeah. Both.
And they're both bad.
Both, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have another call here?
Have we another call?
Is it a good one? Do we take it? Okay.
Good evening.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yes, I've got a complaint.
Shoot.
About the women in Vancouver.
What about them?
I've traveled around the world and I've never met such a stuck-up bunch of women in my life. You say hi to them and they look at you like you've got the plague or something.
Maybe
you think it's the attitude, or?
I don't know. I just moved to Vancouver about 2 years ago, and I noticed that people were generally a little bit stuck up. I don't know if it's just because we're sort of a coastal city and there's a lot of different kinds of people coming through the city all the time. I don't think people are as trustworthy here as maybe in some of the smaller centers.
Even in San Francisco, the people are quite friendly there.
Yeah. I don't know what the problem is. Do you have any ideas what the problems might be, Chair?
Don't ask me stupid questions.
Do you find the women to be stuck up?
Yeah, definitely, every one of them.
Remember, they just don't there, can you?
Well, you know, I think part of it is just that Vancouver is very insecure right now. We don't know whether we're a big city or a small city, and the women don't know what's going on any more than the men do. So everybody's in a complete and utter state of confusion, and it's driving everybody nuts, you know. We'll be running into the sea like lemmings next.
I'd like to hear from some of the women and see what they say. I don't know, are the men stuck up too? Is it just, you know, maybe it's just everybody's a little stuck up here, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
We'll take another call. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yeah, I have a complaint. You know, on the left-hand turning signals when you're in the when you're going to change the lane, not the lane, but when you're in a left-hand or a right-hand turning signal. On a motorcycle, I've been having so many problems when I get into that left-hand turning lane. It does not have the magnetic force to change that light, and almost there's so many lights that do not change that I got a ticket for going through a red light because
because you have to wait so long.
Pardon?
You have to wait forever for the lights to change.
Yeah, it won't change at all because on most of them they won't change because of the on a motorcycle there's a magnetic field as far as from what I understand that I phoned up.
You could you might try dragging a big piece of metal around behind you, or lay the bike down in the intersection.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of motorcycles. I went and bought that. I went to go to fight the court case, and actually I missed the date.
Oh, that doesn't help, does it?
Held up in traffic, were you?
Yeah, you were waiting at the light, right?
I tried to get the police to come back, and I wanted to show them that it would not change, and they did not. They didn't have time. They said, I phoned up the traffic violation, and they said that it's something about they have to make the sensitivity a little more stronger for motorcycles.
Oh, that's a very strange.
I've even noticed in a car sometimes you can sit at a light forever, you know?
Yeah, and so that's what I'd like to say for all the motorcyclists out there, that if they do get a ticket from that point,
fight it.
Contest it.
Yeah. Great, thank
right
you for
in
calling.
Now.
Okay,
thank you.
thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Good night.
Line 1. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a complaint about bus drivers.
What about them?
They don't use their signals, right?
They don't use their signals. It seems like you have to be a bus driver in this city before you can legally run a red light. And cut anyone off. It makes no difference.
Yeah.
where you are. And also the fact that it takes you 4 hours to get from any point in the city to the opposite end of the city. And I think one of the biggest reasons is because there are there's like 4 bus stops to every block down. If you notice, you can get on a bus in the West End and go about 200 yards to a light, and there's a bus stop on this end of the light. Then cross the street, there's a bus stop on the other end of the light. Then go up halfway up the block, there's a bus stop there. One on the other.
Okay, we get your point. Yeah, definitely, it's a little crowded down there. However, there's a lot of old people living in the area. They can't walk for more than a block, or they don't want to. So.
Hey, that's another complaint.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. On that note, I think we'll head back to our roving reporter and see how he's doing. Take it away, Terry.
Take it away, Dare.
Hi, Terry Weaver here. We're out in the back lot of 1818 Cornwall waiting for your complaint. Well, while I was waiting for some people to come along, I thought I'd show you one of mine. I'm really irritated with this squeak in the motor. I hate when that happens.
What a goofball.
Sorry to laugh, Terry, but I knew you'd do that one of these days. That's what he gets for having such a silly hobby. Well, let's take another call here.
Shall we?
See if anybody's on that line.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like to complain about people not getting behind the home teams when they're not doing so well in professional sport.
That's a good one. I agree. It seems like they're always complaining when they're down, and then when the teams are up, they're right behind them, you know.
It's on the bandwagon when they're doing good.
Yeah,
Which isn't that often
it's
when
really
it comes
fickle,
to hockey around here, but I just feel that they should get behind the home team even during bad times.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I've got season tickets for both football and hockey, so.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's good
Okay.
to know there's somebody out there who's
Thanks a lot.
backing them up. Okay, thanks for calling.
Fascinating.
Complaint
Hi there.
department, you're on the air.
Hi. I'd just like to complain about smokers in Vancouver.
Another one. What about them?
I know that they're doing a lot about non-smoking areas and buildings and whatnot. But like my father smokes, for instance, and it like when I go to bed at night, I go to bed with a stuffed up nose and I'm allergic to it or something. They should strictly enforce smoking areas and non-smoking areas.
But you're talking here, this last example you gave is in your own home. I mean...
in the public also, such as buildings.
Well, they're doing that now. I mean, it isn't a matter of a non-smoking area, it's a matter of a smoking area now. Which, you know, I find it difficult to argue that non-smokers shouldn't have the right, as they are clearly in the majority. But, you know, I don't know what to suggest about you and your dad.
Well,
force them outside.
Well, and one thing too is it like any new law, it takes a little while to get it enforced properly. So I think maybe in a matter of time things will get a little bit better. I think that there's getting to be more and more non-smokers. So maybe if you just wait a while, things might get a little better.
Yeah, I can appreciate how smokers are taking it consideration for other people.
Yeah.
But just to follow.
Maybe be a little more conscious of it, eh?
Yeah, occasionally I see people smoking in non-smoking areas, and you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah. Go out and punch them in the face, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Right.
As I say, I have really nothing against smokers, but
yeah, they should be a little more considerate, though.
Yeah.
Avoid the smokers who don't know how to use their left turn signals.
That's right.
Thank you.
Point well taken. Thanks.
Good
Complaint
evening.
department.
Yes, I'm phoning to complain about all the bed closures in BC right now and all the politics that's going on in the hospitals.
And the emergency ward closures.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the nurses that are having to leave BC to go to Alberta and other places for jobs.
Yeah, bad enough to go to Alberta for any reason.
That's got to be one of the most serious things, you know, when they start cutting back on important things like that.
and serious operations that are being turned away, and a lot of patients being sent out of the province just for their operations and things.
Us sort of thing, you get in touch with everybody from City Hall to your MP, MLA. Give them hell.
Yeah, and I think there's
Don't vote SOCRED next time.
Yeah, actually this petition's going around right now. I'm actually a patient in the hospital right now, and my mom and a few other the patients. I'm in Children's Hospital, and a few of the parents are going around and with petitions trying to get something done about it.
Where are those petitions? At the hospital?
Yeah, you can sign the petitions through Children's Hospital. Also, if you get in touch with someone from Children's, I'm sure you can get a name of some people that are carrying the petitions.
Good. That's a good thing to know.
That's good to know. Good to know. And also, people can write letters to the editor. They can write letters to their local government, whatever. I think that it'd be great if a lot of people did that, because it is a real concern.
Yeah.
And remember, if you send a letter, it's for everybody, to your member of parliament, no postage. Send them a postcard. Send them 10 postcards. It's all free.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi, I'd like to complain about the transit system at Oak and 41st.
Uh-huh.
Well, I had to wait 45 minutes for the bus one day, and it's only supposed to take like 15 to 20 minutes.
Good Lord. This is just outrageous.
Yeah. Is that something that occurs quite often, or is this just a... Do you take that bus very often?
Yes, I do. Once it took an hour.
Oh, really?
An hour?
So it's always quite bad there, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Get there earlier.
Yeah.
Get an earlier bus. Or show up later. Hell, sleep in a bit.
Yeah, it's something, I don't know, you're always hearing how great the transit system is, so it's kind of interesting to hear a call like this.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Good night. I think we'll check in with Terry once more
Once more?
see if he's got that hand bandage.
Let's find that raving rover.
Hi there, Terry Weaver here. We're out at the back lot of 1818 Cornwall, and we're waiting for people. Some have arrived here. I guess they heard me screaming my bloody head off. Here we have a gentleman. What's your first name, sir?
Mark.
Hi, Mark. Have you a complaint this evening, sir?
Yeah, I read in the paper they're closing down emergency wards, and I think that's a bad idea.
Well,
I mean, people, they know where the nearest one is, and if it's closed, next thing you know it, they're running around town looking for another one. I think it's pretty hectic that way. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mark. Have a nice evening. Have another gentleman here standing in line. What's your first name, sir?
Wilson.
Wilson. What's your complaint this evening? What bugs you?
I have a complaint about my parents. They think they have the right to come to my room and make me clean it up.
That's vicious. That's totally cruel. I can understand, sir. I really feel so. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. One last complaint here from this gentleman, sir. What's your first name?
Dan.
Dan. What bugs you, Dan?
Well, you know, it's those plastic Kraft cheese wrappers. You can never really tell the difference between the cheese and the plastic. When you tear them apart, the cheese just breaks apart. I just don't understand. Why do they do it?
Yeah, well, I can see perhaps if you were inventive, you could use the wrapper and the cheese too and double your economy on the matter. Well, thank you very much, sir, and I guess we'll head back upstairs and take some live calls.
Line 3. We're back.
And continuing.
We just found out something interesting, actually, that pertains to that last call, that Vancouver Transit System's head office is at 41st and Oak. So that's kind of interesting.
That's the reason they're all away from the office.
Yeah, they're all out
avoiding
for
the
coffee
office.
breaks or something.
Hi.
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, I have a really big complaint about the jerk that phoned in complaining about women.
Yeah?
Do they all think they're God's gift to women?
I don't know. Well, he just seemed to have
You mean all of them?
Most of them, I would say. Anyways, and when you do say hi, do you think you're flirting? I mean, I don't think we win.
Okay, we should have got. Well, we'll try and introduce you people, and you can talk to each other.
Oh, or I think a lot of men are pretty conceited. They think that women should say hello.
Well, we have a right to be conceited, don't we?
Hey?
Maybe it's the kind of women he's approaching. What do you think?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. But thanks anyways.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Good night.
Good night.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
I complain about, you know when you go in restaurants?
Okay, well, it was fun, wasn't it? Good
Complaint
evening.
department, you're on the air.
Yes, good evening. I have a complaint following up on on an earlier caller's complaint. My complaint is about the transit system.
Oh.
With the improvement in quotations in the transit system with the ALRT is taking me nearly 2 hours to get to work plus 5 buses. And I have a solution as well. I'd like to see every member of the Transit Commission have to use buses.
Use the bus, yeah. That's
all
a
of
good
them
one.
for 6 months before they're allowed to make any changes in the transit system.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think. I think that would work.
Now, have you any suggestions how I can get it to the transit system so they can pay some attention?
Maybe they're watching tonight. I don't know. The only other thing I could suggest would be maybe to write a letter.
Give them a phone call.
Or phone them.
Phone call.
Right. They're in the book. Give them a call. Okay, thank you.
Somebody here said they have a car for sale, so maybe that's an option too.
Oh, I can't drive, unfortunately.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Good
Complaint
evening.
department, you're on the air.
Hi, I have, actually it's not a complaint, it's more like a question. During the last Sikh demonstration in Vancouver, I heard one of the leaders going over saying that no matter what happens, they will get their country. Now, was he referring to India or was he referring to Canada?
Yeah, he's probably referring to the homeland they're trying to set up in northern India. But in any case, we don't really have the answer to that. So
we're not really in a position to answer questions like that.
Yeah.
Perhaps if somebody's out there from the Sikh community, they could call in and answer. I don't know.
Okay, well, I just wasn't too pleased with all the, I know the demonstration and so on, but I guess I have a right, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you. We all
So do you. That's why you're calling tonight.
Okay.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks for calling.
We're going to be headed into
On a serious note,
that's
to
right.
one of our reporters, Sylvia Russell, on the food bank.
not so much a reporter as Sylvia Russell, the director of the food bank.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Yes, she's different.
My complaint, coming from myself as director of the food bank, is that after 5 years, we seem no closer to doing appropriate and adequate services for people. And I think that it's high time that that was being done. And I think probably the people who have been supporting us so faithfully feel the same way and wonder how much longer they're going to have food banks in their community and how long are they going to have to support them, when in fact for decades we've put the responsibility for assisting people in the hands of government, and taxes are presented for that use and they're not being spent in that regard. So that's my personal complaint, but I would say that it's probably the complaint of many people who have been willing on the short term to support food banks.
We're back.
We are.
We
in
are.
front.
And you guys are calling real good tonight. We're getting lots of really good calls here. But before we go on, we have some nuptial congratulations for some people out there. First of all, to Bill and Candy, and also Bob and Maureen. Congratulations from everybody at West End Cable 4.
That's two separate couples. in case
Yeah, oh
anybody's
yeah.
wondering. Yeah.
Bob and Carrollton, nice. Okay, so I guess are we ready to take some calls?
Yeah, what the hell?
What the heck, okay. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have two complaints. One is about people who won't let you pass on the escalator.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
walk by
annoying.
them.
They just stand right there, and they know that you're in a hurry, and they won't let you by.
Yeah. That's kind of grumpy thing to do, isn't it?
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Polite. And the
Yeah.
other is about instructors who are pretty vague about what concepts are important. And then they seem to just pull questions out of thin air to stick on the midterms.
Yeah, are you in university or?
Well, I'm at BCIT.
I thought you were talking about driving tests there for a second.
That too, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a
All
lot.
right, thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yes, I'm just calling in regards to your complaints about the BC transit system. I think we have one of the best transit systems in North America, and as far as SkyTrain goes, it has the best record in North America for transit system as far as headway time and service. We service 30,000 people an hour in the rush hour, and with very little downtime. And anybody that wants to make a complaint can call 264-5266, or they can write BC Transit at 1200 West 73rd Avenue, Vancouver, BC, V6P 6M2.
Okay.
It's
You
terrific.
work for the transit
I work
department.
by train.
Last name's not Johnson, is it?
Not myself, no.
Okay.
All
just
right,
wondering.
thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yes, I have a complaint about the way U2 tickets were handled for the upcoming concert. I have a friend who has what they call hot seats, which is something I'm not exactly
painful,
sure on this, and maybe one of your listeners could help me out. But I understand that these hot seats are something that's issued by the promoters, possibly Periscope.
Yeah.
Okay, and what you do is you pay a price in order to have first chance at tickets for upcoming shows, whatever concerts or plays or whatever they are. When it came to U2, my friend had lined up for their hot seats, and they get in there and they find out that huge blocks of prime seats are frozen, and they can't use those seats.
Yeah, I think that's for media people and things like that, isn't it?
It's a shame of the city. That's what I think. Try and look at it this way. Whatever goes on in that dome, generally is the dome itself ruins it. So just be glad you're not wasting your money going there.
And I take it you don't like you too, Jerry. You could care less.
I love them. I'll
okay.
be there. I got my seats.
I got mine too.
Well, actually, you see, you mentioned maybe it's media seats, but it's something more than that. It's huge blocks that went down to Seattle. There's 5,000 seats sold down there. I understand there's also some seats sold into the interior blocks that were frozen for interior tickets.
Yeah, because I think they sell them through Sam the Record Man or something like that. They have outlets in interior cities.
And you can't really begrudge them that, because we get blocks of tickets for Seattle shows up here as well. So it's hardly fair to freeze them out.
Can you name me one concert?
Yeah, sure I can, but I'm not going to. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
We'll take that up with City Hall, and
what do we have
we're
next?
gonna head down and see how
to that
Terry's doing.
Crazy raving lunatic out there on the street. Terry Weaver, back to you.
Hi, Terry Weaver here. We're out here at the back lot of 1818 Cornwall taking the complaints from passers-by. What's your first name, sir?
Peter.
Thank you, Peter. What's your complaint this evening?
Well, I just came here because there was light. But I don't like it when you're sitting in the bathroom, see? And then you open up the little cupboard underneath the sink, and then there's this big bottle of fresh scent Javex, and that starts freaking me out. And then I think, wow, there's a big bottle of fresh scent Javex in there. And then I realize that, well, I've seen it there before, and like it's not gonna hurt me at night. And I look at the
Yeah, Terry Weaver here. I thank you very much for coming by, Peter, and over there.
Durex too.
There. Thank you. Come on by with your complaint. We're live. Thanks.
Well,
Hard to tell who was loonier on that clip, eh?
yes, poor Terry. bad hand and lunatics.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hello, it's not really a complaint, but I'm looking for advice because my kids carve pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns and they put them on the front steps, and then I think it's the cats. They come along and they knock the tops off them and they get squished all over down below the steps there. And I was looking and wondering if anybody had any advice on how to keep the tops of the jack-o'-lanterns on.
Mothballs will keep the cats away.
Or hollow it out from the bottom.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
Again, shame of the city. Get in touch.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Recently I was at a BC Lions game, and the fans behind me were throwing beer all over the place, and I was just thinking that they shouldn't sell beer in the stands.
Well, wait, that's something that's been argued, I think, quite a bit, hasn't it? And maybe what you should do is just take an umbrella.
An umbrella?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no...
Or get drunk before the game, you know.
Or, join in with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, that was
Gee.
lovely. That's only one.
Yeah, I remember when I had my first beer. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi. My complaint's sort of like the guy on the escalator there, that has a problem. It's people that go slow in the fast lane on the freeway.
Uh-huh.
When you want to go fast, it's like they're...
That's really bad at eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I don't like that
It's
either.
a national campaign or something,
Yeah. I think the slow people should stay in the slow lanes where they belong.
What do you think you should do to get him to go in the slow lane? Like
IQ test.
I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
Or what?
IQ tests, I think. Just as IQ tests should be given before people are allowed to have pets and stuff like that.
What do you mean IQ test?
IQ tests. If they're not bright enough to have a dog or a driver's license, you don't let them. Damn it. Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Complaint department, you're on the air. Hello? Guess they're not there.
Asleep.
Don't wake
Good
them
evening.
up. Complaint
Hello?
Department. Hi.
I wanted to talk about the walk signals too. I feel you have to be a road runner to get across there. I've seen one old man stuck in the middle trying to get across, and I'm not old, and I have problems getting across. Another area is around I think it's Hemlock and 16th. Where at the end of that hill, the old people have trouble getting across there too. We seem to have a fair amount of older people in Vancouver, and I think they have a bit of a problem getting around sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe we should narrow the roads.
Yeah, let's spend a few $1 billion narrowing roads. Shut down some more hospital wards.
Well,
yeah.
I'm all for improving the transit system by putting in more buses and dumping the cars out of the city. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for calling.
Thanks.
They wouldn't give me a
Bye-bye.
driver's license. I'm not bright enough.
Complaint department,
Good
you're on the
evening.
air.
Yeah, I was just, the theaters, before the movie starts, the way they show commercials now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Videotapes you're talking about, or theater?
Well, commercials before the movie starts.
In the theater?
In the theater,
What
yeah.
kind of commercials?
Well, there's one for a fragrance and one for Universal Studios.
Really?
Really?
When did you see this? Which movie?
New Simplex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That whole place is a commercial.
That's a little odd. Was that like a special showing, a premiere, or?
No, they have it in all the theaters. It's commercials now.
That's terrible.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
Make sure you complain about it.
Go in there now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you complain about it to the
Let's not
management.
go to movies anymore.
Let them know that next time we'll spend $6 and rent a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks
you.
for calling. That's a new one. I never heard of
That's
that.
horrible.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Get up there, you fat.
On that note,
Yes.
I think he was asking for Terry. Let's go check in with Terry.
Good evening. Here we are in the back lot of 1818 Cornwall in Vancouver at Rogers Cable. Yeah, out here in the cold, and we're taking people's complaints live on the street. No kidding, really live. Here we have a gentleman. What's your name, sir?
Slim.
Slim. Thank you, Slim. What's your complaint today, sir?
My complaint that good shows like Max Headroom are put off the air, but stupid shows like Small Wonder are still in the
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a complaint this evening?
What is this? What is this?
Oh, that's nothing, sir. It's nothing.
Are you serious? Is this a complaint show?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, I have a complaint. I'd like to know why our Peace Flame is out. Have you ever noticed that the Peace Flame on Burrard Street has been out for the last 2 weeks?
Our Peace Flame is out?
Our Peace Flame is out. Nuclear-free city and no Peace Flame. Isn't that serious?
A definite problem to mankind.
10,000 people each year march for peace, and we have no flame. It's an interesting thought.
Well, I thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And Slim has gone, so I guess we'll go back up to you guys. Thanks.
I'm not sure that that's correct. We do have an eternal flame down at the south foot of the Broad Street Bridge, unless that guy was talking about Surrey or something. You go check it out, the Mr. Potato Head Eternal Flame. Okay, we'll be taking
As opposed to the
Miss Potato Head Eternal Flame, I guess. Good evening.
complaint department. Hi.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello. Please go
you
ahead.
took the wrong line there.
Hello?
Oh, did I?
You're on the
Hello.
air.
I'm mad.
Oh,
You're mad?
good,
What are you
good.
mad about?
Well, there's a certain board, and recently there's been some trouble on it.
Which board? Or what kind of trouble?
The Arcane Bimmer.
Are you familiar with that?
Are you talking computers?
I sure am.
Oh, okay.
And anyways, it seems that there have been these people, and they're bad.
Okay, well, we'll keep
think
an eye
about that
open for
one.
them, won't we?
Next call. Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi, I actually like to talk earlier about men and women in Vancouver. I'd just like to mention, from looking at it objectively, I would say that people in Vancouver are generally not comfortable with each other. And I don't like to make the generalization. I get this scoury look on the TV. No, I would...
My attempt at a little bit of levity.
Pardon me?
Just a bit of levity.
I see. No, I don't like to make generalizations, but it's just that I've been to other places, and I found that people know how to relate to each other much more in a relaxed manner. I just find people here are perhaps a little tense. I don't know what it is.
I think it has to do with the transient population. People tend not to trust each other because they've been, had once or twice, what I mean? So I think maybe that has something to do with it. It'd be nice if people trusted each other a little bit more, but I don't know what can be done about it.
Sure. I just had another complaint about cyclists, being a cyclist in Vancouver. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the designs of the roads, and there isn't much room for a cyclist. And also cyclists don't pay taxes like motor vehicles do, the same, for the roads and whatnot. But I find that I'm often pushed off to the side on the curb, and I know it's very difficult for a vehicle to notice any cyclists, but I also drive a car, and I know that I'm very conscious of cyclists because I'm a cyclist myself. And it'd be nice if once in a while they would consider a cyclist just as important as a car.
Yeah.
Well, and they may not be, they may not have to pay the taxes, road taxes, whatever that motor vehicles do, but at the same time they're liable to all the fines and such that cars would for violations. So they are considered seriously, and they should be taken seriously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people do consider cyclists too. It's just often with the traffic, trying to keep up with it, especially in the downtown core areas. It's, it sort of goes both ways. Sometimes cyclists don't really consider the traffic either. So there's points to be made on both sides.
Yeah, that's...
So
thanks a lot.
Got to keep the traffic going.
Watch out.
Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Complaint department, you're on.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to talk about people in the city here and, North American society as a whole.
Are you from North America, sir?
Yep.
Okay. I guess your experience then.
Everyone's complaints are so, trivial compared to real problems.
That's true. You mean like being blown up and things like that?
Blowing up, and what's happening with the environment. And, the whole world's going to be suffocating there because the ozone layer is heading out.
Yeah. Oh, that's understandable. It's kind of hard to not think of those heavy thoughts sometimes, but it's kind of nice to air the smaller complaints too. That sort of just get to you day by day,
Well, how about like girls are not very friendly in bars and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, we're talking day-to-day stuff. Some people, that's all they notice, and there's other people, and
for some people that's a real problem.
Yeah, and unfortunately there's not enough people who take things, see the bigger picture. So that's one thing that you've got to try and do yourself is try and keep people aware of that.
Heighten the awareness.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, you try and talk about that at a discotheque, you know, and like, don't have very high success rate there, you know?
Indeed.
You gotta talk about, you know, big problems like where you're gonna get your hair cut next, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't think anybody should dwell on anything for too long.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you.
And now
We'll take one more call, and then we're doing something special.
Ooh, complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi, my complaint is how employers can rip you off and
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
advantage of you. Like, I've had to take so many employers to Labor Relations Board in the last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like being in the restaurant business, how they they work you for 3 hours or something, and they don't pay you for 4. And
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a waitress.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And you know, I have 3 complaints in the Labor Relations Board right now, waiting for like $3,500 of my money to come back to me, right?
And I remember once I went to the Labor Relations Board and they practically kicked me out of their office. They were saying, you know, we've got so many complaints, you know, we can't be
Oh, well, they always help me out, but
Yeah.
like, it just makes me so mad, like how I can, every job I get, you know, have to take them to Labor Board, like when no one else will speak up, like I'm willing to speak up for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in a job not too long ago where we were told one thing, and then when we checked with Labor Relations Board, we found out that our boss had been fibbing to us, and we didn't even we didn't think to take him to make some sort of settlement, but from then on we just more or less forced him to stick to the letter of the law.
Well, what I'm trying to get through, I guess, to everyone is, you know, if, you know, you're paying tip pool and everything, and...
Yeah, get in there and complain. Don't just let it happen.
Like, you know, it helps because the employers I've already taken to Labor Board, they're not going to, you know, do it again, hopefully, right?
Yeah, hopefully. Well,
All
thanks
right,
a lot.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, and remember Labor Relations in the phone book.
Yeah. Back to our roving reporter,
One more time.
Terry Baby.
Terry, baby. Anyway, we're out here, 1818 Cornwall. At this time, I'd like to introduce a special big gripe that we took the time to go out and dramatize, and a solution to that gripe. The gripe happens to be the complaint, people who park too darn close to your car. So at this time, we'd like to turn it over to the video and watch what happens here.
Steve. I don't believe.
Now, wouldn't you just love to do that in the middle of, say, Georgia, when you're in the middle of a call or something, come running out and some idiots park behind you? I tell you, that was fun. At this time, I'd like to thank Kingsway Auto Wrecking for supplying the vehicles, and Gary's Scrap Car Pickup in Burnaby for helping us tow the vehicles out there. And I guess we'll go back up to the top up there.
I can't see a whole hell of a lot.
So, at this time, we shall be saying so long, goodbye, farewell.
It's been real.
Until next time.
Have a safe and happy Halloween, and look out for those pumpkins.
Together.
Stretch it out.
Just sing with me, dear. Just to have a
No. Could we take another call?
Can we?
Can we please?
Can we take a call?
Please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi.
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 I just wanted to call in about a problem that sort of more of just a statement in general. You know, when you're driving along the road, sometimes you see animals that have been hit on the side of the road, and I just thought I would mention to people that they should. Sorry, my friends are attacking me here. That they should pick the animal up or see that it's cared for. I just think that that's really inhumane.
Yeah, you're right.
My girlfriend had her little dog tonight, and she was really upset about it. And I just felt that, I just thought I should mention that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that's quite sad.
It is sad.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Maybe we'll take one more.
Boy, that was happy. Okay, complaint department, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Just like to comment on the relations between men and women.
Make it real quick, because we got to go.
Okay, I think that there's way too many humps.
Yeah, okay, I think so too, yeah.
Yeah, real funny. Real
so
funny.
I guess now we can say goodbye, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.
I think I was responsible. Just look at me now.
Debbie Team, production assistant.
Rick Sullivan, camera, and I didn't know we were supposed to wear a mask tonight.
Whoa, Silver, the Lone Ranger. I didn't do a thing.
Nancy Green, and I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Yes, I'm Viola Brown. I'm doing camera. I'm not from Stowe, I'm from Vancouver. So I'm not doing camera. And thank you to Gary and Rick. He's a little shy.
Dylan's full phone operator. Noëlla Leblanc. I was doing makeup.
Gary Wurakowski, executive producer, and what you see is what you got.
Howdy. Michelle doing the phones?
Michael J. Murphy, lighting director.
I'm Aggie Junior King, production assistant, and also thanks to Tom Damberger, who couldn't be here tonight.
I'm Ron Hirsch, and I'm the switcher, and I don't know what happened to my face. It's just disappeared.
Dave Marwood, floor director, and this show is the silliest thing I ever heard of.
Besides doing the editing, I spend most of the weekend making this mask. I also did some camera work. Thanks.
Canada No 1 Potatoes, Steve Tang, potato farmer.
Oh, I'm Paul. I'm doing sound.
Lawrence Crossway, Assistant Director. Special thanks to Chris Raheen, who couldn't be here tonight. I don't know why.
Ed Weaver, Director.
Tim Price. No arrests, no convictions, and only a very few warrants. I'm the producer of everything you've just seen. If you've liked it, it's been because of all the people who've just gone on ahead of me to say hello and goodbye. You didn't like it, so sue me. Bye now. Bye. Bye. Get in, over here more, over here more. That's it, that's it. Keep waving. We're having some kind of fun now. Yahoo, yahoo. Keep waving. Yeah, we're having fun. Wave, wave, wave. Okay, that's disgusting enough. Thank you, one and all. That was grand and glorious, and I think will be a highlight in someone's life.
Well, whoa, that's another one in the can.